Big news here when it comes to the crypto charts. Taking a look at Bitcoin, we've got a massive signal here that Bitcoin could be setting up for a trend reversal. I'm going to be breaking down three key things that I'm seeing right now in the charts that indicate that the worst may be over here with a rebound from the lows of $74,000. Without any further ado, let's jump on in. What's up, Ada Gang? Welcome into Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. My name's Fareed. Brief update here as it pertains to Bitcoin and the altcoin market here. In terms of the market sentiment, I personally believe that we're about to see a massive trend reversal. And there's three separate things I want to show you guys here on the charts, which again have led me to this particular conclusion. Of course, not financial advice. Still make sure to do your own due diligence and your own research. However, if you want to add my personal opinion to that, you are welcome to do so. As always, if you enjoy the content, please smash that thumbs up. If you want more, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to voice off down below. We're going to jump right on in here. I'm going to keep this relatively brief. It's super late right now, so I do need to get some rest. But again, if you guys appreciate the timely content, just smash that thumbs up. It really does make a difference. So the first thing I want to highlight is Bitcoin right now currently trading at $81,000. We saw this massive green candle here when Trump announced the pause on the US tariffs. Again, that was roughly about 48 hours ago. Now we did see some slight downward pressure. However, I'm currently on the hourly time frame. We now see the 50 SMA serving as key support in what I believe is about to be a hourly golden cross could potentially play out here. I've broken down what the golden cross is. This is where we have the 50 breaking through the 200 and we have price appreciating out of this particular range. Now, why do I say this? Now, let's take a look here at something like Render, which continues to outperform Bitcoin in the majority of altcoins. It already has shown us this golden cross. Taking a look here at AVAX, it is now beginning to show us that as well. Taking a look at the meme coins here, we have Pepe. We can now see the golden cross getting ever so close. Now on Bitcoin, it's slightly lagging, but this is the first thing I want to briefly highlight. There's on the hourly, a beautiful golden cross coming into play here. But this isn't all. There's two other things I want to highlight. So again, that's the first thing is the golden cross where we have Bitcoin about to potentially break past the highs that it just set roughly about 2 days ago. Now, the second thing that I want to highlight, which is a little bit more bullish here, is the double bottom formation. So if I just take this here, we have one bottom right here, another bottom right here, and this was all below, or at least both of the bottoms were below the 50 SMA here, again, on the same hourly time frame. Now, jumping over to Investopedia to break down what an actual double bottom is. It states that this is a technical analysis chart pattern that describes a change in trend and a momentum reversal from prior leading price action. So it states here that, again, this is sort of the beginning of a shift in what I personally believe is that we saw bulls taking control back in November all the way through the middle of December. Since then, bears have been in full control of the market here. If I jump back over into Bitcoin, just take a look at it on the daily here. Just bear with me. For lack of better terms, this was all the way back in December here. We saw a second retest of the highs, but since then, bulls have been in complete control with, let me see here, let me undo that, with Bitcoin falling nearly 30% in the last 78 days, so a little bit over 2 months. And so what I believe is with this golden cross that I've just mentioned on the hourly, the fact that we have the double bottom right at around 75 to 76K. And then also the fact that on the daily, we have a massive falling wedge here, which again presents a trend reversal. I think that things are finally about to heat up again within the crypto and blockchain space. And a couple of altcoins have already sort of front run, in my personal opinion, the trend reversal. So jumping back in and focusing on the double bottom, it states that this particular pattern is described or describes the drop of a security or index rebounding and then another drop to the same or similar level as the original drop, and finally another rebound, right? that may become a new uptrend. So let's jump back over into Bitcoin here on the hourly. Now, because it is the hourly, right, keep in mind that the trend may not be as strong as if it was on the daily or the weekly, but it's very clear we have bottom number one, another bottom at a very similar level, and we now have, in my opinion, Bitcoin now breaking above both the 50 and the 200 SMA to give us the trend reversal for a potential higher high. Now, in my opinion, if we see Bitcoin breaking past this high right here at around $83,000, that will be one of the first higher highs that we've had in a really long time. Again, just adding more to my confirmation there, or my bias as to the trend reversal. Jumping back here, it states here that the double bottom always follows a major or a minor downtrend in a particular security or crypto, and it signals the reversal and the beginning of a potential uptrend. Now, in TA, right, a double bottom is significant in that it suggests an important low or strong level of support which has been reached following a down move. Now, let's take a look on the daily here. If we take a look at where the double bottoms are, and we just take a look all the way back in history at around $74,000, what do we see? Massive support here coming in from, let's see, February of 2024 all the way until November of 2024. So basically 8 to 10 months of sideways action where we could not break past $74,000. We finally broke out of it after the US elections, and we're now retesting that. And it appears to be showing up as massive support now, again, because we've broken out of it. And in my opinion, this double bottom here shows that this is in fact strong support for Bitcoin. And so I'm going to be keeping an eye out here, but as we get ready to close out here, it states that by the same token, a drop below the double bottom lows in subsequent periods suggests the downtrend is resuming and the bears have reasserted their primacy. Now, we have not seen a break past below either of these two downtrends, meaning that, in my opinion, again, the bears have not regained control. Now, anything can happen in crypto. If this turns back around and we break below 74K, then that would be a confirmation that we probably are going to continue lower. But if we break past 83K, I think that we might be in the clear. Again, during the first sort of hit here at the very bottom, Bitcoin trading below the 50, running into it, that acted as resistance right there. Again, double tested, and then finally breaking past the 50 SMA, briefly touching the 200, failing, being rejected, and it's now showing up as support here. The 50 SMA is now showing up as support here, and it looks like we might be retesting this recent high at $83,000. Now, if we zoom out even further, I've broken down recently the falling wedge and the fact that this basically also highlights a trend reversal. So here we have the falling wedge. Let me get this ad out of the way here. I do apologize for that. But it states here that with the falling wedge, which if I jump back over here, we have Bitcoin. This is on the daily. So this is a much stronger signal than the hourly that I just showed you guys there. It states that when the price breaks the upper trend line, the security is expected to reverse and potentially trend higher, and traders identifying a bullish reversal signal would want to look for trades that benefit from the security's rise in price. So if you pair, let me jump back here, this golden cross that's finally lining up on the hourly, the double bottom with 74K showing up as support, and then if you take into account on the daily, the falling wedge with a potential breakout target of 103K, those are three big signs that I think Bitcoin has bottomed. If you don't believe it, that's completely okay. If you do, that's completely okay. This is just me sharing my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. That will do it here for today's video. I'm super excited. Again, it's been a long and grueling bear market, and a lot of people, including myself, thought that altcoin season was going to start after November, moving into December. A big fake out. The tariff stuff has happened. President Trump, all of that. Now it appears that Bitcoin could be setting up for a reversal and a potential attack to 108K. And if we break that, that's when I think altcoins fly. Let me know what you guys think down below. That'll do it here for today's update. As always, if you've enjoyed it, please smash that thumbs up. If you want more, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to voice off down below. That's it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.